the floor to Deputy Permanent Representative of Armenia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, let me start from echoing the previous speakers in expressing Armenia's deep and sincere condolences to the people of Egypt and our Egyptian colleague in the Special Committee on passing away, Mr. Boutros Boutros-Ghali, former Secretary General of the United Nations. Mr. Chairman, let me also congratulate you and the other members of the Bureau on your election, and thank the PGA, Deputy Secretary General Jan Eliasson, Under Secretary General Hervé Latsou for their yesterday's thoughtful presentations. Furthermore, we express our appreciation to the Secretary General for his recent comprehensive report entitled The Future of United Nations Peace Operations, implementation of the recommendation of the high-level independent panel on peace operation, and the one on the partnering for peace, moving forward partnership peacekeeping, providing assessment, expertise and recommendations on the progress of the partnerships between the United Nations and relevant regional organizations. We recognize and welcome the notable progress achieved in the work of the relevant bodies and entities of the United Nations. This is an evident advance in consolidating peacekeeping activities at strategic, political, policy shaping and operational levels. We also value the sustained focus on building multiple partnerships with all stakeholders. An integrated approach to these functions with close cooperation with the Department of Political Affairs and other UN agencies, programs and funds remains an important operational instrument for successful delivery on mandates. Mr. Chairman, despite the immense efforts directed by the international community toward prevention of conflicts and their peaceful solution, peace and security remains fragile and vulnerable. While confronting considerable direct threats to own security over the past 2 decades, Armenia's engagement in the area of international peacekeeping has gradually expanded, both geographically quantity and quality-wise. Currently, Armenia is already an active contributor to the international peace and security, and in the course of the preceding decade is accumulated considerable experience. Armenia started to develop its peacekeeping capacities since 2001 by joining U.S. peacekeeping structures. Since 2004, Armenian peacekeepers are part of the operation in Kosovo. Armenian peacekeeping units are contributing to peace operation in Afghanistan, and as of 2015, Armenian servicemen continue their contribution in the Resolute Support Mission. Furthermore, Armenia has committed to continue its contribution in Kosovo and Afghanistan peace operation throughout 2016. In 2011, we already had a staff officer in the UN peacekeeping mission of UNIFIL. Our presence in UNIFIL has expanded in 2014 with a unit of 35 servicemen. Moreover, last July, Armenia has contributed to the MINUSMA peacekeeping mission in Mali by assigning a staff officer in Bamako station headquarters. Mr. Chairman, by the invitation of the U.S. President Barack Obama, President of Armenia Serge Sarkisyan participated in the Peacekeeping Summit, which was held in New York on September 28, 2015. In his speech, President Sarkisyan stated that Armenia undertakes new commitments in peacekeeping by offering to deploy a Role 2 field hospital and associated personnel, as well as a company as explosive ordnance disposal counter-improvised explosive device. As the chairing country in the Collective Security Treaty Organization, in fall of last year, Armenia organized the CSTO Member States Peacekeeping Forces Joint Military Drill, Unbroken Brotherhood 2015. The United Nations Department of Peacekeeping Operations and the International Red Cross Committee were invited and attended as an observer. Mr. Chairman, while speaking about Armenia's engagement in peacekeeping, it's worth mentioning that my country is also actively involved in theoretical deliberation of peacekeeping, and to this end, Armenia hosted a successful annual meeting of the Challenge Forum on Peacekeeping in Yerevan in October last year. Recommendations of the UN review process, and in particular key issues related to the report of the high-level independent panel of peace operations, were discussed in details. Mr. Chairman, to conclude, Preservation of international peace and security is a primary responsibility for all, both great and small states, and peacekeeping is a major conduit to achieve this objective. Today, we still need to take additional collective measure for its further consolidation. It's obvious that a peaceful and safe world may be secured only by comprehensive, joint and careful measures to be taken. In this context, Armenia recognizes the role of the Special Committee C-34 as the only United Nations forum mandated to review comprehensively the whole question of peacekeeping operation in all their aspects. And we should continue to make best use of its unique capacity to make significant contribution to policy shaping of the United Nations peacekeeping operations. Armenia looks forward to working closely during the session with all C-34 partners in a constructive and open spirit to address the peacekeeping agenda. I thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I thank the distinguished Deputy Permanent Representative for Armenia for his statement